Hello. Hello. Hi. I think we might be live here. We might actually be live here. You probably see a shaky cam. You probably see me holding up a webcam like a selfie here. Yeah, this is going to be that kind of stream. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kirk Linden stream. Today, I'm going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be building a mini custom SNES and also a NES and also a bunch of other old retro systems. Basically, we're going to be assembling a Raspberry Pi custom mini NES with RetroPie as its software. We're going to be able to play all sorts of old school games, and it's going to be super compact and a cute little device. And I've never done this before, so I'm going to go through the steps and kind of learn as we go. But I'm going to pretend that I'm an expert, and I'm going to sort of treat it like a little walkthrough video. And that way you guys can follow at home and build your own. And if I fail, then if you guys follow along, then you'll fail as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put this camera down and stop looking like a jackass, so that way we can go on and get started here. So I'm going to angle the camera down and face my desk here. I've cleared it out a little bit. I got my keyboard up here still. So hey, look at that. Who's got two thumbs and is ready to build a mini SNES? This fucking guy. All right, so cool. Let's get going here. I'm going to start off by just sort of reviewing what sort of equipment I have and what we need to get going here. I got one of the kits on Amazon that has the Raspberry Pi stuff. So this is this right here. I'm going to hold things up here and there. So I got the little Canna kit. And let's just kind of go through and see what we got. Oh, this is not... This is the bag you're just going to have to rip open. I'm strong, everybody. Don't worry. Okay. So this is the power supply. Come on, colors. We're going to get some fun colors here. A little power supply here. We'll get to that later. We're not ready for that. Set that aside over here. And this is going to be the main item here. This is the Raspberry Pi itself. Let's get a little autofocus there. Give my webcam a chance to zoom in on this stuff. So, this little bag on top with the 3M, this is actually little tiny heat sinks so that this thing doesn't overheat. And I'm going to pull this sticker off. I want to, I want to keep the box in good condition because I'm weird like that. This Ziploc mini Ziploc bag was doomed. So yeah, so these bad boys are little heat sinks. So they're like little metal. It's too close to the webcam. It doesn't know what to focus on here. So apologize about that. But, it's not too exciting to look at. It's just little metal pieces that are the heatsink. And this is the actual Raspberry Pi itself. We're going to go on ahead and continue. So we have the Raspberry Pi. We'll set it aside. This is just a micro SD card, 32 gigs. So I'm going to get the maximum use out of this bad boy. This is a little tiny thing. This will kind of act as, apparently, as the hard drive for the Raspberry Pi. So 32 gigs of storage is what we're looking at here. I'll set this aside as well. And now here's the piece de resistance. The reason why, this is a very common item that's on Amazon, but if you haven't seen this before, it is really cool. This is the Old School Tools case that I'm going to be putting the computer in, the Raspberry Pi. It's the let's get a little zoom in there. The Old School Entertainment System. It says Mario, Zelda, Kirby, or Metroid right on there. Cute little simple instructions there. Seems very easy. Let's open this thing up. This is why I'm really excited to be doing this. Oh my god, what's it gonna be? I'm ruining this box because I was trying to pull it out. I did not pull it out gracefully. And that's what she said. So we got more heat sinks here. I got some screws. But here is why I am excited. Because once this thing is all put together, we have ourselves a little mini Nintendo-looking system here, and it's got even a little door that opens up, and that's where you'll be able to access the USB drives. I mean, USB slots, I should say. But it kind of has that look of the old Nintendo. You can just close it right up, and as you can see, it's like not even the size of, maybe a little bit bigger than the size of my palm. It's very, very compact. So this is going to be, I basically saw, you know, Nintendo announced that they're releasing the mini Super Nintendo, and last year, of course, they released the mini Nintendo, and that thing looked really cool, although unnecessary for fans who, like, you know, I've bought the game. I have the original Super Nintendo and Nintendo cartridges, and I've bought a lot of them on my Wii and Wii U, so I've bought the same, like, I've bought Mario World like 3 times in my life, and I just, you know, I'm really tempted I was really tempted to get the new Nintendo Mini SNES, but I can't get myself to pay for these same games over and over and over again, so building our own seemed like a really cool option. So that's the case we're going to be using. As you can see, it just kind of comes apart here, so we'll be putting the Raspberry Pi right in here, and we'll be using this as the top. So let's get started here. Oh, and little extra things I have as well that are probably necessary to get this thing going. Little electronic screw kit. No doubt we will be needing those. And I have 2 of these, but I just have one to show off. But here, let me unravel this thing so you can see it. But this bad boy right here, this doesn't, this looks a lot like a Famicom controller, Super Famicom controller. It's a USB gamepad made by things, so it actually has a, you know, it's a USB controller here. I use it for emulators and stuff on my PC. It works really great, but apparently they work with the Raspberry Pi. And I have 2 of these things. They're really cheap. You can find them online, so I definitely recommend that. And so once we get RetroPie set up, we will use this bad boy and get it going. So let's get going, you know? Let's open up some of this packaging here. This is the part that's going to be really fun to translate to a live stream. This is where if I was making a video, I would absolutely 1000% cut this shit out. But, you know, things have got to be opened here. Let's open our SD card here. Little baby. These things are so small. It's amazing that they can fit this much data in a small space. You know, obviously these are the same. The micro SD cards are what they use for GoPros and things like that. I wonder if I should angle this camera up very slightly, just to, because I'm holding things up here. So here we are. So this thing you're seeing here, this looks like a regular SD card. This is actually just the adapter for the micro SD card. So here is the micro SD card. Absolutely tiny, cute little thing. Gonna go ahead and put that into the adapter here. So you know, basically you just slide this thing in here. That way I can load this onto my computer with an SD card reader, and we can access and format this card here. Yeah, we will be formatting the card and everything on this stream as well, which is going to be the most exciting part, no doubt. Actually, I'm going to leave this face up like this. We're going to be doing that whole thing. We're going to get this thing hopefully fully set up live on the stream here. That's what it's all about. I built my own PC before, so that computer that I'm streaming with is a custom-built PC. So I figured that hopefully I can be able to do this. So the case came with this little heat sinks here. I don't think I'm going to be using these because I got the separate heat sinks with the Raspberry Pi kit that I think are probably going to function a little bit better. So we'll use those. So we'll set these aside, these alternate reject thing. And so this company that made the case, the Old School Tools, the Old School Entertainment System, this is literally the only product that they have on their product page, but it's really cool. So Old School Tools, that's what I used. But they had a very simple looking guide online, and that's what I'm going to be using as my guide for setting this whole thing up. So I'm going to go ahead and get my old school page going here. I'll just quickly show you guys what I'm talking about here. Whoa, look at that. So this is the site right here. And I have a little guide that says Setup Emulator, because I'm trying to make a retro gaming system. I'm not trying to use the Raspberry Pi for anything else. So we're going to go on ahead and use this guide here to build our thing. It says we're going to need a RetroPie image to format our memory card with, the SD card with. So I went ahead and downloaded that. It's about 600 megabytes. I'm also going to need to use this software, Win32 Disk Imager, and I actually have not downloaded this yet. So we're going to do the fun thing here and actually just go ahead and download this. Hope it's not anything that'll fuck up my computer. But, you know, I think it's probably okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and install this bad boy. So I'm basically going to get this set up. We're going to format our card here, our SD card. And that way we'll have it formatted, ready to go. So when we fire up that Raspberry Pi, we'll just be ready to go. Yes. Ho, 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 ho. Okay. I am going to go ahead and accept this agreement. I'm never going to remember this shit, but sure. Image writer is what it's called, huh? Neat. All right, so should I launch this thing yet? I don't know if I should. I'll just hold off for a second here. So I got this installed, and let's get to the start here. Real quick, I'm actually going to... I forgot to mention there's another very important tool you'll be needing for this process, and that is a fresh beer. This one isn't as fresh because I opened it before the stream started, but I'm currently drinking a Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. Highly recommended for any sort of project at home. A nice IPA goes a long way. That's good. We'll set that aside and make sure it's not near our electronics so we don't pour beer over everything, which I have done before. I've ruined a laptop, a MacBook, by spilling beer all over it, so, you know, I'm not going to try to make that mistake again. Whoa, infinity! So let's go ahead and take a look here at what we need. Oh, you know, the other thing I have, and I don't know, do I need to switch this again? I have it lying around in my mess of a desk somewhere. Where is it? Oh my god. I just kind of like pushed everything aside on my desk to get ready for this stream, and there's a couple things that aren't where they usually are, including my SD card reader, which is going to be really important for formatting this this here thing. Oh, there it is. There it is. So let me switch back real quick. So I have this little SD card reader. It actually technically reads micro SD, but I think I'm just going to use the... it's not really focusing, but you should be able to see it. Stop dancing! Hi! What's up, Matt? How you doing? I'm building a little retro gaming machine. It's going to end up fitting in this cute little Nintendo case with the USBs accessible right here. So, gonna make a sweet little emulator machine. But we're just getting going here. Oh, Cal Cronin in the mix too. We got some boys watching the stream. What's up, everybody? So I'm gonna use this card reader. Gonna put the SD card into the card reader here. And, oh my god, look at that. It's a USB drive. How on earth does he do it? I'm going to go ahead and plug this into my computer. You get that little doo-doo-doo sound. And I think I need to format this card to be FAT32 if I'm not mistaken. I think doesn't say I need to do that on this site, so maybe I don't. But I saw on another site that you need to format to FAT32. Oh, you're right. One of you guys is watching from your car. One of you guys watching from work. FAT32 for life. Amen, brother. Hide your wallets. A bad motherfucker has entered the room. John Gully is reporting the news as it is. So I'm going to just follow the directions that are on here. I'm not going to bother formatting the card. I think we can just go as seen here. So let's go back to our little fun view here. So we're going to go ahead and unzip the RetroPie executable in my downloads folder. Super secret downloads folder. I hate it when Windows 10 does this. It like loads your hard drive like it's taking forever. So we're going to use WinRAR to extract this file here. Fine. This thing's about like 600 megs, so it might take a second to extract here. But let's look at the next step while we're extracting. So we're going to extract the disk image, which is what we're doing, and be careful to select the correct drive. Be careful to select the drive. So Win32 disk imager, let's run this thing. And image file. This is the image file. Device, I think G is the right one, right? G, yeah, G is the right drive. So we're going to extract to the G drive, which is our thing. WinRAR made a technology in 1998 and trying to charge $30 for the same program today. They've had that window on WinRAR pop up as long as I've used the program, which has been probably at least 15 years. And they've had that same thing, like, buy the full version, but you totally don't need to buy the full version. You can use a fully featured version for free. So as much as I'd like to support them, I like to keep my money. Stop Dancing is going to be back later. Going to be home around 10:30. I'll still probably be going. My guess is that I don't know how long this is going to take me. It might not take me that long, but we're just going to keep going anyway. So hash none. I don't know what this hash shit is. But let's go on ahead and write it. Let's do it. Wait, writing to a... Are you sure you want to continue? I'm sure. Here we go, baby. We're writing that image to the drive. Now it's telling us that the next step is going to be to put this SD card into your Raspberry Pi. So that we don't have a Raspberry Pi yet. So let's go back to our fun cam here, and let's build this little sucker, huh? So let's open up our Raspberry Pi, the little box right here. I know, shouts to John Gully that made that custom dank-ass intro text. Yeah, shout out to John Gully. He does a great work monitoring the chat. John Gully, an old friend of mine. He knew Cal back in the day as well. Look at this thing. So it comes in like a little like brown paper sack. It's like a little school lunch. Little Raspberry Pi school lunch. That's adorable, everybody. Adorable packaging for a potentially adorable device. This is by the way, this is the Raspberry Pi 3, Model 3, which has 1 gig of RAM. Here it has it in all languages, so whatever language you speak, you should be able to read that. Well, it's pretty fuzzy. Camera's not really focusing that well. Sorry about that, but I'm using the Raspberry 3 Model B. And let's open this bad boy. Hash, you smoke it, but not every day. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the hell that is. Inside here, let's take a peek inside. Here it is, guys. The Raspberry Pi. This thing is adorable. It is so small. Look at this thing. This is really cool. So this is a computer right here. It's not even just a, you know, this is like, look, this is smaller than like, this card is like smaller than like the wireless card that I have in my desktop PC. This thing is absolutely tiny. And you can see here the USB, 4 USB slots with the Ethernet port in the front. You can see here the HDMI input. Very, very cool. And wow, look at that. That is the, right there, if you can kind of see it right underneath, that is the micro SD slot. Super tiny. Everything about this is super tiny, super cute. Let's get going here. Let's build ourselves a little computer, shall we? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Nintendo case. Notice how I'm talking about this like I've done it before. I absolutely have not done this before. So I have a little Nintendo case here. Break it open. I almost want to like bring this sucker closer. Yeah, look at this motherfucker. Getting up close and personal with this part. So, we want the screw holes to line up. Like it just fits right there with even room to spare. That's amazing. By the way, the directions of how to set up the case are right on the bottom here. It's like, place Raspberry Pi in the case. Screw together with provided bolts. Install Retro Pi. Enjoy. It's like a 4-step process. So this thing shouldn't be very hard. At the same time, I'm going to be very, very careful. And I'm going to turn it over here, and we're going to screw in using, oh, look at this. You can see my wrist and exactly what time it is. Oh my god. You gotta like and subscribe to that tiny ass case. So I got the little baby screws here. I'm gonna try not to lose them, but I'm just gonna put them down on a surface like a little jackass here. And these are really tiny screws, by the way, real tiny. So that is why we use our special electronic screwdriver kit here. That every young boy should have. I don't even know if this screwdriver is even. I think we're the right size here. I mean, this thing is. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this fits. I mean, sorry, I'm not doing this on camera. This thing fits, but barely. So let's go on ahead and screw these screws in. I'm going to screw them all a little bit loosely, and then once they're all in, we're going to tighten them up. You know, classic technique. Holy shit. These things are so tiny. Everything about this project, it's just micro all around. So I kind of half screwed in those 3 screws. And last one in here. Now let's tighten them all up. Not too tight. I don't want to break anything here. But just tight enough, you know? Just tight enough to keep this thing solid as fuck. Sorry, I'm covering it with my hands. I'm kind of forgetting every now and then that everything I'm doing is on camera, so I should probably be doing this in a way where, you know, you guys can actually see this. But all right, so these screws are in pretty tight. I'm gonna just make a quick round and make sure that they're actually tight here. Don't want this bad boy coming loose. Oh, you know what I didn't fucking do? Because I'm an idiot. I didn't put the heat sinks on. I did not put the heat sinks on. Well, apparently I did not screw this thing in tight because these things are loose. So I'm actually going to undo everything I just did. Because I'm smart. I'm glad I remembered before I got too far in here. Did not put those heat sinks in. So if you're following at home and you're trying to follow step by step, you know, hey, I've never done this before. And apparently the screws were not in very tight because I almost picked this case apart just by lifting it up. So I'm gonna have to do better next time in several different aspects. But you know, that's what practice is for. Practice makes perfect, everybody. So there's three of our 4 screws. Move them over here. Just give me that last one. Come on. Was the last one loose enough? There it is. All the screws are gone. So we're gonna go ahead and take this cover off. So one of these little black boxes is the GPU, and one of them is the CPU. I'm honestly not even sure which one is which. They're both very tiny. But these little heat sinks are going to fit right on top. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Almost forgot that. Heat dinks. Yeah, that's what they should call these little baby heat sinks. Heat dinks. You know, just in case we play a game that requires a little more horsepower and, you know, uses up some... Just gonna hold it on here for a few seconds till make sure it's nice and stuck on there. I think that's pretty good. You might not be able to see this one very well because I gotta get on a good angle here. There we go. Look at this. Very expensive. So now these heat sinks are locked and loaded right in this thing. My webcam has a hard time focusing. I almost should like manual focus this thing because it's keep making everything real blurry. I'm just trying to, you know, look at that. There we go. So that's what we're looking at. Oh, go out of focus again. That's cool. Anyway, we got the heat sinks on there now. So now we can screw the case on for real this time. For real. So if it feels like deja vu, it's because we've actually entered the Matrix. I feel like I should have put on like music in the background or something. There's going to be a couple moments in this stream where I'm not going to be running my yap. Screwing this thing on. Screwing it on. Screwing it motherfucking on. Any song I like make up on the fly, you know it's gonna just be curse laden with inappropriate shit because it's like my mind just having, it's like taking a break here. Just tightening these screws for real this time, making sure this thing is solid as hell. Making it sure it's real tight on here. Sorry, this is a horrible view. You're just seeing my hands, my wonderful knuckles. But I need to just get this screwed in here. The point is I'm screwing screws, so I don't think this is the part you need to see. Oh, fuck me. I don't think this is the part you need to see up close. This thing, this case just like already popped off, so I'm clearly not screwing these things in far enough. Gotta make sure these things are real tight. Like, what the hell? See, look, this thing's like popping off, so this screw clearly isn't in deep enough. Gotta make sure it's real tight. This is probably one of the most exciting streams you've ever watched, right? I mean, it'll be worth it in the end. Again, I don't think these screws are tight enough. This case is... I don't think any of the screws are tight enough. Look at this thing. It's like popping off like that, so... I don't know, man. I mean, this is going to be cool. Look at this thing. It's going to open up. Those USB slots ready to go. But... something tells me that we're not quite ready. We're not quite ready for the big times yet. We're gonna just keep screwing, keep on screwing, everybody. Hashtag keep on screwing. Oh, black water, keep on screwing, screwing down the streets in a minute. Oh, black water, keep on screwing, screwing up the screws on the screwy screw now. Oh, whoa, whoa. This one actually... Those knuckles got you weak. Oh, that's a little bit better. Oh, fuck. I thought it was a little bit better, but this thing just keeps fucking popping off. And I'm worried that I'm warping this screw in here. Oh, well, it still can be turned, so... But it's gotta be near the end of the line for that one. That feels much better. Much better. This thing isn't coming apart. Oh, hope I don't need to take this thing out of the case again, because those screws are probably warped as hell the amount of times it did. But this thing feels solid. This thing feels real solid. Look at this thing. This thing is sexy. Look at it. I wish the camera would focus. You know what? Even to the point where... I'm just going to go ahead and manual focus this, because this is driving me crazy. Look, there it is, folks. Open it up. There's all the people. That shit is totally cool. Alright, so back to autofocus. Let's get working on this thing. So we have the Raspberry Pi. We have the computer in the case here. I'm going to move the camera back farther away for our old perspective here. So we've got the Raspberry Pi in here. This is the SD card slot right in the back there, so you can access it without breaking the case open, which is really nice. So yeah, let's check in on. So we got our Raspberry Pi ready to go. I'm gonna open up this. This is our power supply, the CanaKit power supply. The most exciting part. So just, you know, your standard power supply. I wonder how long it is. For the sake of setting this thing up, I am going to need an extension cord to plug it in. So one thing I've read about with these Raspberry Pis is in order for the system to detect all of your hardware and all the USB peripherals, you need to plug it in last. So I'm not going to put the power to the Raspberry Pi until I have every USB thing I need plugged in. And put our screw kit away for now. I don't think we'll be needing that. We got a little Raspberry Pi bag. I'll just leave this just hiding under the keyboard here, just so you can remember that we're dealing with a Raspberry Pi. Remember to read the instruction manual. That's very important, to read the instruction safety manual for the Raspberry Pi. Highly recommend doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and not do that. Because I think I'm smart, and I think I'm some sort of hotshot. You know, I think I'm so cool. I was trying to put this thing in the bag, and it doesn't fit. So I'm too smart to read the manual. Just kidding. If anything goes wrong, that's probably going to be why. So I'm going to grab an extension cord, so that way we can get ready to plug this thing in. Obviously, as I just mentioned, I'm not going to plug it in quite yet. I'm also going to be plugging in a keyboard, which is this guy up here. You can see that. And then I'll be plugging in our little controller. It's so funny. Look at this. I'm gonna put the controller on top here. Like how big the controller is compared to the actual system. Like that's amazing, guys. Like this little baby SNES. Even though it looks like a Nintendo, I'm gonna mostly be using it for Super Nintendo. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is so cool. So hold on one sec, guys. I'll be right back. And then look at this. I got a little extension cord ready to go whenever we are ready to actually fire this thing up. So, let's go back to our website. Let's check in on our guy here. Write successful. Exit. So, we look at G here. It says boot G. So, ooh, it's got the little Super NES icon. That's probably because I already have stuff. So this thing is theoretically ready to roll. Let's eject it. And we can safely remove the card from the PC. So I have removed the card reader from the card reader slot here. And now it says remove the SD card from your PC. Insert the SD card you just flashed into your Raspberry Pi. Okay, so, and just like that, we are back to our webcam here. So, with this part here, we're going to take out our little micro SD card right here. I'm going to try to do it. I was trying to have it face the camera so you could see it, but I don't want to fuck this thing up. So look at this little baby card. This little baby card is going to hold all of the data. And see back here, so we're just going to put this... You know what? I don't know if it goes upside down or upside right. I do not know. Do not know which way this thing goes in. I'm going to assume it goes like this. But I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. You know what I mean? Kind of getting jammed up this way, so I don't want to force anything. Seems to fit in this way. So it's upside down, actually. I don't know if you guys even caught that on camera. Let me do it one more time. Okay, so it's this way. So I have the data faced up like this. I actually have the data going in upside down into the case here. Like that. Like so. Bada bing, bada boom. So it sticks out a tiny bit here, but really not that bad. I mean, considering that I'd rather just have the SD card slot accessible without having to open the case, it's very nice. So that is done. The SD card has been loaded in there. Next, it says to insert the SD card, plug in controller. So we're going to plug in the controller, plug in the HDMI, and then plug in the power supply. So I'm actually going to have to get this window open on my laptop because I'm going to use my computer monitor to run this thing. So I'm going to open up this guide up here on my laptop so I can still read what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go ahead and close this. Probably for good. Oh, you know what? I didn't even have my display capture on, so you guys were just looking at a black screen there for a second. That's cool. Anyway, we don't need that anymore, so we're going to be here. So let me go on ahead and make sure. I'm just getting my HDMI cable, so stand by. All right. So I got my HDMI cable here. This is going to plug into my computer monitor for testing our new computer. So I got the HDMI. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to plug in the controller. So my gamepad. Time to plug this bad boy in. Plug it in, I don't know, here? Upside down, upside right. I got it in this top slot here, but I think it's the USBs. I never get it right the first time. This is a tight slot, if you know what I mean. Okay, so our controller is plugged in. I'm sure it's gonna have me use a keyboard. Maybe not. Maybe not, guys. I might not even need to plug in a keyboard here. It's just plug in HDMI. So we're gonna plug the HDMI into the side here. So we got the HDMI plugged in. We've got our controller plugged in. I'm gonna move this here. So it's all plugged in here. Now we plug in the power supply. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and plug it in. And this is it, folks. We are about to fire this thing up. Hope I did things right. I mean, there's honestly not too many things that could go. I should not say these things before it happens, but I'm like, it's not really that hard to screw up, guys. Oh, look at that. And it's got the power lights on in the back here. You can kind of see here. A little red light. Red and green lights here in the back. That's very, very cool. Let's go on ahead. Should we switch and see if this thing works? Let's see, guys. Look at this. Retro Pi. It's working. It's totally working. I don't know. You can see here, I got the Nintendo plugged in. Got the Retro Pi. And then, of course, I'm over there looking at the thing. Oh, now it's getting a DOS prompt here. So, resize. That's clearly doing some shit. So, the emulation station. One gamepad detected. Hold a button on your device to configure it. Press F4 to... So, actually, why don't I know this isn't a direct screen capture, guys. I apologize for that. But I'm going to just set the webcam down here so you guys can see what's happening on the screen here. I'm hoping that it takes me like 5 seconds to see what the webcam looks like, so that's why it's taking me a second. I'm hoping I can capture the gist of it all here. That looks good enough. So I'm using my gamepad that's plugged in, and I'm about to configure it. So hold a button on your device to configure it. D-pad up, D-pad down, a D-pad left, D-pad right. I'm just pressing the buttons now. This is easy peasy. Start, select, select. Oh, oops. Select. A, B, X, Y, left shoulder, right shoulder. I don't have a left trigger. I don't have any of these things, so hold any button to skip. Press anything, gonna hold button to skip. I don't have analog sticks, so gonna go ahead and skip all of the analog setups. Isn't this super fun, guys? We're setting up our controller here. I feel like I potentially missed something up here. Start button 7. Okay. So I think I got everything else here correct. I'm actually using the gamepad here to set this all up, which is pretty cool. Oh, and I pressed A. Look at this. RetroPie configuration. Here we go. So I wish I could zoom out a little bit so you guys are seeing a version of it here. Start menu. Scrapper. I don't know what the hell that means. Wait one sec. Okay. Volume is already set, so we're good there. Just wanted to make sure. Select. Audio. You can choose type of audio. You can HDMI, great. I can hear the sound. I can hear the sound. It's little clicks. You probably can't hear it because I've got all of this stuff going. This is great. This it works. So all of that said and done, you know, and despite the fact that I was going super slow, I've only been streaming for 49 minutes, and this thing is up and running. Splash screens. So I haven't put any emulators on. I mean, I haven't put any ROMs on here, which is the next thing. I'm going to only be sticking to the ROMs that I legally own. I actually have a whole bunch of Super Nintendo games. I'm going to put them all on here. You know, got to be ethical a little bit. And then file manager. Cool. Select. Start menu. Sound settings. UI settings. Configure input. So yeah, pretty cool. So 49 glorious minutes. So maybe I actually should load up a test ROM on here, something I legally have, just to test it. I mean, come on, guys, we have to. It's almost like a little tease here if I don't actually do something with that. So why don't we go on ahead and do that? So I'm going to reset the webcam here. I can't see what the webcam looks like right now. So it probably is all over the place, which is fun. Fun for you guys. But I don't know. How do you turn off this thing? Do you just unplug the Raspberry Pi to turn it off? Is that how you do it? I'm a little bit scared to do it. But at the same time, I think that's the only way you can turn this thing off. Oh, look, there's the webcam. It's looking at my face. That's what everyone wants. Great. Okay, so I'm actually going to unplug it. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared. Wait, let me just, should I just look up real quick how to let me see here. I'll get a new tab. Tabbed browsing. What an innovation. How to turn off Raspberry Pi. You just unplug it. Execute the command sudo shutdown. Wait till LEDs stop blinking. Wait for additional. Quit power strip. How do you turn off how do you turn off RetroPie? RetroPie forum. That's where I want to go. Is it just... Okay, let's see. Hey. The latest... This is the part of the stream where I dig through forums and figure out what to do. Not sure how helpful that was. There's a couple ways. So you have to like custom add a switch. Wait, hold on one sec, actually. All right. I'm gonna go back to Raspberry. Oop. God damn it. I accidentally entered the monitor options here. Let's switch to... let's switch back to this for a second. Quit. Shut down system. Oh, you can just shut down system. Oh, okay, great. Awesome. So I just went to the old menu in RetroPie and just shut it down that way. So that is good. That is good. All right. So how do we add ROMs here? Add ROMs. Let's do it, huh? Now that you've dealt with setup RetroPie, it's time to transfer your favorite ROMs to your Raspberry Pi. Isn't it? It's always time to add our favorite ROMs. So, let's see. USB method. Formatted to FAT32. What is SCP only? Oh, so you have to format your flash drive to FAT32 if you want to add ROMs that way, which might be a way to go. I don't know if I want to use my main flash drive to do that, so I mean, I also could do this other method here, this SCP. I don't know what the SCP. So what is SCP? Interesting. So maybe I just use this SCP method? Is that totally whack? I don't know which method to do here, guys. I don't know if this part is even worth doing on the stream. This is probably the really boring part to watch. At least the other part you get to see me assembling the thing here. But I actually might do this win SCP option here. Maybe this is the way to go. So we're going to download win SCP. Downloading all sorts of new software for my computer. What a day. What a day to be alive. Installation package. That sounds right. Cool. Cool stuff, guys. We're going to go on ahead and set this. I don't need to look at this anymore. So I'm going to accept. Always do a custom installation here just so I know what the fuck is going on. Like, I guess all this shit I need, apparently. I don't know. Like, I don't need to create a desktop icon. Register to handle URL addresses, I guess. Yeah, let's do the commander interface, whatever the fuck that means. we're learning on the fly here, people. Okay. So cool. Here we go. So let's set up SCP. Open. Setup. File protocol. SCP. Host name is the IP address of your RetroPie. So we're going to need to fire up that RetroPie again. I should not have even turned it off. Let's go on ahead. Well, first off, why don't we go ahead and switch back to our little webcam, our little baby webcam here. That way you guys can just see all of the magic as it goes down. This is just such a shitty view of the monitor, so I apologize for this guys. You're getting a lot of glare. But you'll be able to see it just fine. Cool, that'll do. All right, so we're going to switch over to the Raspberry Pi. Switching up to that Raspberry Pi. Do you know what I should have done? Is I should have looked up how to find the IP address here. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to open up another tab on my laptop to find this shit again. I know this stream has basically gone completely off the rails, so I apologize. This is real this is boring for me too. So we're gonna get it working. We just gotta get it working on the screen. We gotta play a game on the stream here. That's all I'm wanting to do. So to find the IP address of your RetroPie, go into RetroPie options from the main menu and select the last option. Show IP address. What? I don't see that last option. I don't see that option, folks. Oh. Maybe it's this window here. Show IP. This is probably it. I'm guessing it's show IP. Show IP. Boop 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 bitty boop bitty boop boo. I'm not connected. Do I need to connect to Wi-Fi? I probably should connect to Wi-Fi first, right? It doesn't say to do that, but I probably should. Connect to Wi-Fi network. Well, maybe I shouldn't be showing this part, so beep boop boo doo, beep boop boo doo, boop bitty beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop boo doo. Alright, so we're just gonna show this Super Nintendo, or this Nintendo thing, up nice and close while we configure. Oh god, I have to type in some sort of password. I can't. Guess what I can't do with a gamepad is type up my IP address. Okay, so screw that. Cal, Skype you in, dummy. 360 video. Yeah, I'll Skype you in a minute, Cal. I'm kind of in a weird configuration here, so I will Skype you in just a minute here. I think I need to connect to my Wi-Fi, and I think that I need to plug in a keyboard. I think I need to plug in a keyboard. Gotta plug in the keyboard. So I'm going to go ahead and quit and shut down system. Really shut down? Yes, I am. Because now I'm going to plug in a keyboard here. Sorry for the... Yeah, Cal, just give me like 5 minutes and I'll Skype you in. I need to mess with my keyboard and some other shit, so just give me like 5 minutes. Alright, unplugged my computer keyboard, and I'm going to be plugging it into my Raspberry Pi. So the keyboard is now plugged in. Now it is time to plug this bad boy back in. So we got the power back on. Unfortunately, guys, I'm just going to leave it at this real shitty camera angle. Just for a minute here while I enter in my Wi-Fi password. I just don't want everyone knowing my Wi-Fi password, of course. So, stand by while we get this thing going here. I have nowhere to put this keyboard down. I'm gonna have to leave it where it is. Emulation Station RetroPie. Let's go to the menu. Not that one, actually. So let's go to Wi-Fi. Let's connect to our Wi-Fi here. Let's connect to that motherfucking Wi-Fi. Connecting to that motherfucking Wi-Fi network. Wi-Fi network. Well. Let me see. Oh, sorry. Hitting the mic with my arm, making it nice. Okay. Connecting. Let's connect to that Wi-Fi. Come on now. Connecting to that Wi-Fi. Current IP. There it is. So it's 192.168.0.25. I'll remember that. I can remember that. Here's an interesting thing though, guys. I'm actually connected to the 5G version of the Wi-Fi for my PC, and I'm connected to the regular version for my Raspberry Pi here, so I don't really know what's gonna happen here, guys. I don't really know. We're gonna go back to the PC and check it out. And I'm going to, in just a moment, I'm gonna spare you guys some of this nitty-gritty, horrifying boringness, and we're gonna get rolling here. Let's see here. Stand by. Just gonna find the ROM that a ROM of a game that I legally own. You know what? Let's pick a favorite NBA Jam. NBA motherfucking Jam over there. So let's go on ahead and get you guys a better view here. Whoa. Okay, so we got the IP address of your RetroPie. Now this might not work because of the weird Wi-Fi networks I was just talking about. So the host name is going to be 19. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I forgot my keyboard wasn't plugged in. Oh shit, guys, this is whack. This whole thing, this stream is off the rails, everybody. I'm gonna unplug it from the Raspberry Pi and hope that it doesn't fuck everything up. Let me go on ahead. Oh my god, guys. Good thing the webcam's not showing this immense struggle that I am going through right now. Plug this keyboard back into my PC. Alrighty. So it is 192.168.0.25. Let's see. Username Pi. Password Raspberry. Okay. Login. Searching for it. Oh. Yeah, guys, unfortunately, this might be... I need to reconnect my PC to the proper Wi-Fi network here to make this happen. So, I'm going to have to end the stream, unfortunately. So, this is a horrible way to end the stream with just all of this boring shit for the last, like, 30 minutes here. But we got to see, you know... We got to see building the Raspberry Pi. It works. We just need to load a game on there. I would love to do it on the stream, but I'm going to need to shut the stream down in order to do it properly. So unfortunately, that's all we got for today. Thanks for sticking around. We had Stop Dancing Cal Cronin in the house. Cal Cronin, good friend of the stream, of course. We'll be doing some more awesome, super cool party streams very soon. And just a quick shout out to Cal Cronin, who's in the chat room now. You should check out his daily show. He's got a daily show on Twitch and on Facebook. So find Cal Cronin live on Facebook, and you can hear him talk about his take on all of the digital news, on everything from YouTube news to just sort of tech and everything else. And then also check out his Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/CalCronin. Also check out my stuff. I have more stuff on YouTube. I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, but it's twitch.tv/Kirk Linden or youtube.com/Kirk Linden. Usually we play games. This is just a special stream where I was going to build this thing. That's why the setup was pretty back and forth and crazy. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully you get inspired to build a Raspberry Pi gaming machine of your own. And because it's a live stream and not an edited video, of course, there's all sorts of pauses in there where I fucked stuff up. And as you can see, we're not even playing a game here. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will be back soon.